Thank you for welcoming me onto your screens or onto your headphones, depending on how you're watching this. I'm Eddie, and this is The Rollback. And if I look tired, it's because I'm filming this at 7 a.m. on Saturday. Now, today, folks, I'll be talking about... sorry. And today, folks, I'll be talking about Ambulance, a.k.a. Michael Bay's Wet Dream? Possibly? I mean, sure, you can make a point that that's actually, Transformers, but I mean... This film had a lot of Michael Bay-isms. Somewhat of a return to form for Michael Bay, but nonetheless, it had a lot of his, isms, if that makes sense. Michael Bay-isms include American flags, first responders doing things that are incredibly unrealistic, a lot of America, a lot of leaning on the past and having, like, these flashback sequences to a simpler time, which, if you actually look back, he does that quite a bit. Pyro explosions galore, it's just... Oh, and also those sudden flare things that kind of piss me off, but I guess some people like them. Fair enough, fair enough. But nonetheless, Ambulance. It's about two brothers, Dan and Will, or Michael J. Gyllenhaal. Not Michael J. Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal. Again, it's 7 a.m., I'm sorry. But the film does revolve around two brothers, Will and Danny, a.k.a. Jake Gyllenhaal and... I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly because I actually looked this one up. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. And I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think I am. I hope I am. So, this film is about these two brothers. Will, his wife needs surgery, an experimental surgery that the insurance will not cover. Classic, problem for a... first responder or for a veteran, which again Michael Bay does a lot of this, like America stuff. So wife can't get the surgery, or they won't let her get the surgery, they won't pay for it, they're refusing to. He agrees to do a minor job for his criminal brother Danny. Here's the thing about Danny though, he's a criminal, but also he's not like a low time, like we're gonna rob a convenience store criminal. I'm talking like they're gonna rob a bank that has $23 million. Like career criminal, like big shit, big deal. And it's a little convenient the fact that like the day that Will's gonna come talk to Danny is also the right at that moment is when they're like, hey, we're about to do the job, get your ass on board. Like it's a little video gamey, but okay, fair enough. Obviously at the bank heist though, everything goes to shit. They end up having to steal an ambulance. In the said ambulance is Cam, if I'm not mistaken, a female EMT who's shockingly really good at her job. Like, incredibly good at her job, given the circumstances. I don't mean that because she's a woman. I mean that because you try performing surgery in an ambulance at gunpoint, folks. It's not easy at all. But nonetheless, like the second and most of the third act is them, running around in LA in the ambulance trying to get away from people. Until finally in the final shootout, everything gets kind of crazy, and in a shocking turn of events, and I'll be honest, that it was shocking, Will shoots Danny to save Cam, because Will is fundamentally a good man, and Cam returns the favor. But my Will is like the reluctant bad guy. You know the whole story of the reluctant hero? Will's the reluctant bad guy. He doesn't want to do this, but he's been put in a corner where he has to. He's a man who is, and I think most people could relate to this, a person willing to do anything for their partner. In this particular case, his wife needs that surgery. He's going to do whatever it takes to make sure that she does, because love. And that's understandable. That's a very understandable reasoning for all of this to happen. That said, again, a lot of Michael Bay-isms, a lot of explosions. Jake Gyllenhaal is actually having like the time of his life, I think. Like, he's so expressive. He's very, like, manic, but like almost in like a good guy way, but also like I'll fuck you up if you give me a reason to kind of way. It's almost like not Nightcrawler-esque, like it's not as good as Nightcrawler by no means, but he's very manic in that same sense, if that makes sense. I hope that does. Anyway, that said, this film, it's fine. It's over 2 hours long. Like, it's a shockingly long Michael Bay film, but the acting is fine. The story is something you can get behind. But this film, it feels like a throwback. It feels like a throwback to like a 90s action film. It feels like something from like Die Hard or Speed or something. It feels like that. And so in that manner, good job. Congratulations. Like you made a pretty solid film here. It's not a crazy high budget. I think it was like 40 million, but it only made, I think, like 41 at the box office, which actually is a shame because this film is much better than it looks. I gonna be honest with you, I didn't give a shit for the shaky cams though, or like there were so many like weird pan circle shots that were unnecessary. I get it, but I don't like it. But again, it's a Michael Bay stylized film. What do you expect? What can you expect? I have nothing less. That said, pros of this film, again, it feels like a throwback. Plenty of action, a shockingly heartfelt story behind it. Also, in a realization, Michael Bay might be the perfect guy to direct a GTA film in the future. That could work. That said, though, the cons, of which there are many, again, unrealistic, too over the top, possibly, and way too many fucking quick cuts. That bugged the hell out of me. But that said, again, this one was harmless. I would probably watch it again as like background noise. It's not something I would seek out, but I mean, if it's in the background, who cares? Like, it's fine. That said, I would give this film as C plus. A C. I'll give it a C. It's not terrible. It's just it's not incredibly original, and it's not like the first film like this, and it by no means will be the last. But nonetheless, not a bad film. That's it. What y'all think of it? Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Do you want more from it? Do you want to see Ambulance 2 Electric Boogaloo? That said, I've been Eddie, and this was the Rollback. Oh, go check out our podcast if you haven't already. It's always great, especially when I'm there. And yeah, talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.